All right, welcome back and welcome to new subscribers. Biologists have claimed that gray hair can be reduced. Few harbingers of old age are as clear as gray hair. I got asked by a subscriber, how come in my 40s I don't have any gray hair? I do have a little, we'll talk about that later on. So thank you for the suggestion and for subscribing. Today we talk about gray hair, when it starts on average, how to slow and reverse its effects over time. Background. Gray hair can appear at an early age for a number of reasons, including like stress, for example. We'll talk about that also. On average, people start graying in their mid to late 30s. On average, people start seeing it in their, by the time they reach their mid 40s though. Exact age varies depending on genetics and ethnicity. White people tend to see graying more in their mid 30s, Asians in their late 30s, and black people tend to be, they don't see it until their mid 40s. Several articles also reporting that some teenagers are starting to see graying, and that could be caused by some genetic factors, maybe family history, but they're more likely to experiencing hormonal changes from things that are being exposed in their environment, or maybe from pharmaceuticals they could be consuming in their water. Premature graying, also pharmaceutical, could be caused by follicles gradually losing their ability to produce melanin, the pigment responsible, that is, for hair color in the gray strands. Also genetics. So genetics, there's not really too much you can do about it. Sometimes people just have gray hair when they get a certain age. Stress, you can control that. You can control some of your stress factors, but it can cause the hair to shed faster and lead to that premature graying. Vitamin and mineral deficiencies. This is a big one. The lack of vitamin D, D12, iron, copper can cause gray hair. So where do we can get that food? Eggs, ground beef, salmon, avocado. Nutritional yeast. I did not see any. I got a little bit of gray hair that comes in now until I spent several months in a military base in Syria, where I only had access to a mystery meat, maybe horse, and some kind of noodle or pasta. Thyroid issues is another issue. Overactive, underactive thyroid can cause the body to produce less melanin. Smoking cigarettes, horrible for your health, we know that, but can cause premature graying. Exposure to chemicals or UV rays can damage those melanocytes and lead to that graying. And other health conditions can be a sign of illness, such as vitiligo, alopecia, as an example. Unfortunately, you can't do anything about that, but it can be reversed for many of those other factors. Majority of the people that notice they're graying, they're maybe in their 30s or 20s, they did when they reported it early. People that were older to already have a full head of gray hair are likely to benefit from this. But if you're in that beginning phase where you first start to notice that gray hair, you can use some of these 5 things that I'm about to mention on how to reduce your graying and slow it down and reverse those effects. 1, healthy diet, exercise, eating those foods that we talked about earlier, Greek yogurt, carrots, whole grains, fish, seeds, berries, nuts, getting those sweet potatoes, that aren't really true potatoes that we showed in another video. Manage that stress. That psychological and emotional stress can contribute to premature graying, so you got to reduce your stress factors. Using good hair products can help show that you can reduce those graying process. If you need to take a vitamin B12 supplement, I know some of you are vegan, you got to increase that B12 to prevent that premature graying. And finally, collagen creams have been shown, if you apply at the scalp, can appear it and make it look darker and less dry. Understand that gray hair is part of the normal aging process, caused by a number of factors, including genetics, vitamins, minerals, and also, I just want to point out, it's gray with an A, not an E. We are not British here, and we fought 2 wars over that A.